Hey, I'm with Steve and Steve. Now, the last few times we've gone out, guys, kind of got our butts kicked. Steve found that little chalky base last time we went. Other than that, we've gotten skunked. We're near Vernal. We're gonna hike Moonshine Arch. You can see it on the trail behind us. But then after we look at the arch, we're gonna head up in these hills and see if we can find some sheds today. I've never found a shed in Uintah County, so hopefully we can check that off today. It's a beautiful day. Thanks for coming along. Well, so far the hike has been on this OHV road, and I'm guessing maybe you could drive right to the arch if you had a four-wheeler or side-by-side. So Steve and Steve are already kind of off the trail looking for sheds. I'm not really. I just figured like this gets a ton of traffic and a lot of people hiking through here, so I can see footprints everywhere. So I'm going to wait until we get to the arch and then hike past it, above it to the north. And that's when I'm going to kind of start looking. So, beautiful day. It's supposed to be 68. Partly cloudy, a little bit of a breeze. And the breeze feels great. Man, I love playing in this high desert stuff. Okay, we're getting ready to make our way around to the base of the arch. There it is. Yeah, that's cool. You can literally drive your four-wheeler through the arch. How awesome is that? Steve probably will be walking on top of that thing. He's coming up above us. But here it is. Moonshine Wash. Man, that's super cool. Oh, there's another one up there in that cave. Look at that. That's really cool too. There it is over our head. And then up a little farther, there's that cave. That's awesome. We'll go up there and look around in a second. All right, so if you're a tree, would you pick that place to try and grow? That tree is literally, that little pinyon pine's growing right out of the side of that arch. And there's another one on the top of it up there. And then check out how long these roots are, guys. Coming all the way from up over that rock, down, and heading down to the bottom of this wash where it can try to get water. That's crazy. And Steve's getting some pictures of that cave up there on the other side. What a cool little area. Man, super cool. Well, we left the arch, and now we're just trying to work this little draw to get up on top. Pretty steep little canyon in here. It's not super wide, but the rock sides of it are just like that. But it looks like on the map on Onyx, when we get up here, it kind of levels out on the top. That's what we're hoping. So we'll keep working our way up. Still just working the top of this ridge. And it looks like if we stay high, we can circle around this big canyon and work up into where those taller pines are. So that's kind of the plan of attack. I don't particularly want to drop all the way down in that bottom canyon and then have to do the elevation gain all the way back up. But we'll see. We'll keep skirting this and see where it leads us. Man, it's such pretty country though. Lots of little caves, lots of little alcoves, some cool spires over there. Just beautiful. So we're still working the spine on the top, and we're hoping we can stay high and loop all around without getting cliffed out, but we're not sure. There is a little bit of a trail up here though, so you kind of figure if other folks are hiking up here, there must be a way to get around. Spires up there are really cool. There's looking back to the south. Little arches and cool rock formations, I've just quit counting. Now look at that view. We made it up on the very top. We're starting to get into these bigger ponderosa pines instead of just the little pinyon pines. And we're seeing more and more elk sign. It's all really old. Like, I'm guessing nothing's been in here this winter because we had such a mild winter. But I'm thinking in a hard winter, the elk get pushed down in here. Steve Chesler's not too far from me, I think within earshot. Steve Rodriguez we lost a while ago. He's off exploring on his own, but we have a time and a rendezvous point, so we'll be good. Man, it's so cool up here though. That old dead tree. Steve's an animal, guys. We're over 5 miles in. We're trying to make a loop instead of going back the way we came. And we are seeing some cool country, but just very little sign. We found one dead cow elk. For a little while we were in elk sign. We were seeing piles of poop that was really old, but now we've kind of come out of that, and it's pretty country, but we're not really seeing any signs of life. I think we have half a mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile to get to this OHV road, and then we're going to loop that around. Steve's down below us. We're going to meet up with him. It's a lot of kind of picking away through all these granite walls. Really is pretty country though. We made it down to the OHV road, kind of just walking on the edge of it so we can look as we're hiking, but we're not straying too far from it. Obviously that reduces our chances of finding the shed, but we just haven't seen enough sign. But just want to show you these really cool toadstool looking rock formations right there. That's awesome. Look at that. And there's so much cool stuff in this area. Feel like playing Mario Brothers now.
Hi everybody, I'm Steve Rodriguez and I'm going to do today's Minute on the Mountain. Today's Minute on the Mountain is from 1 Corinthians 13 verse 8. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered, and it keeps no records of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. You know, we are so familiar with this passage because maybe you even heard it at some of the weddings that you've attended, or maybe it's even a plaque on your wall like it is mine. And it's not just on how to love your wife or your loved ones, but it's really a guideline blueprint to how we need to love others. So often we are faced with animosity with our coworkers, somebody that just did us wrong in the past, justifiably or whatever the case may be. And I often ask myself, how do we love these individuals? Well, 1 Corinthians 13:8 gives us the guidelines, not just for your wife or the brother that you like, but also the people that you don't like, the people that have wronged you. It's so hard, even for me, to grasp, but I often forget about this passage, and I constantly need to be reminded of this passage on how to love others. And so that's the Minute on the Mountain today. I hope that helps you out. Thanks.
All right, guys, we're going to use this random number generator to pick the winner for the 1,400 subscriber giveaway. I had 41 comments on the last video, so you can see I've got it loaded between 1 and 41. And let's hit generate and see what happens. 14. All right, so I'll go through and count the comments up from earliest to latest, and we'll pick number 14, and then I'll tell you who it is. All right, so the 14th comment was from Viper6. Congrats, Viper6. He's been a supporter of my channel for a long time now. He watches a lot of my videos. He comments on a ton of them. Very grateful for his support. So if you can shoot me an email to minuteonthemountain@gmail.com, then we'll get the hat and the solar panel packaged up and get it shipped to you. Thanks for all the support, man.